2MAD, or 2 meals a day, is, in my opinion, the simplest and most approachable way to lean out. And it's the method that I like to use every summer when I just lose that little bit of extra body fat for going to the beach or going to the pool. And in this video, I want to share with you guys how I approach 2MAD. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Minus the Gym. And for those of you new to the channel, my name's Ryan, and this channel is dedicated to getting fit and healthy without relying on a gym. And in this video, we're looking at 2MAD, 2 meals a day. This is an approach that I love to use and I recommend to a lot of people. Now, some people actually preach OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. But I personally think that OMAD is difficult. I'm a big eater. I'm an endomorph. I look forward to eating. I love eating. I live to eat. So when I tried OMAD, I actually kind of binged when I would finally eat. You know, like instead of 1 meal, it was like one humongous feast that spanned 2 or 3 hours, and it just wasn't working for me. So if that might be you, then try 2MAD. Okay, this approach is so much better. So here's what 2MAD is. You choose any 2 parts of the day. So this could be like lunch and dinner is probably most common. A lot of people like to do just lunch and dinner and they skip breakfast. Or some people like to do breakfast and lunch and they skip dinner and go to bed on an empty stomach. But the approach I've been using this year is breakfast or brunch and then dinner. So the 2 meals are pretty far apart. Now, I learned about that 2 meal approach from Jack LaLanne. I just made a video about Jack a couple months ago. He was a fitness icon here in the United States. He brought fitness into the mainstream in the early to mid 20th century. The dude was just incredible. Check out that video if you haven't already. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video actually here on the screen. So make sure you check that out. But Jack was amazing, and he preached just 2 meals a day, brunch and dinner, and that's the approach I've been using, and I love it. So just an example of what this would look like. Let's say I work out early in the morning, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'll kind of ride it out till I feel nice and hungry. I don't buy into the anabolic window stuff. I'm not a bodybuilder, so I don't care to eat like right after a workout. I wait till I feel hungry. And that's usually around 10, 11 a.m. lately. And I'll have a nice big brunch, which is for me typically a smoothie. That's my go-to. I just love smoothies. I'll do other stuff now and then, but a huge smoothie with a lot of fruit, and then I'll add in some nut butter, some greens, and maybe a scoop of protein powder. And I just blend that up. It's a huge, usually like 40 something ounce smoothie, or even more actually. I think it's more like 60 ounces. And it'll take me a good 20 to 30 minutes to drink that. I drink it nice and slow. I like to chew my smoothie. So that's what I'll have for brunch. That holds me over. That's about 1,000 calories or so, give or take, sometimes even a little more. And that holds me over till dinner. And we typically eat between 6 and 7 p.m. And that's when I'll have a nice big dinner. And I have that with my family. Now I'm plant-based, and so like I might have some tofu for protein, or maybe some rice and beans, or some quinoa and slivered almonds or whatever, but you just wanna make sure you include some quality protein at each meal, right? So both meals have overt protein, and then you've really got nothing to worry about when it comes to protein. But the best way to approach this is to think whatever your target calories are for the day, right? So if a deficit for like me is 2,200 calories, well, that means each meal should be roughly 1,100 calories. And that's a big meal, right? So you don't feel deprived eating this way. That's the beauty of 2MAD, is you can eat 2 large meals that are really like satiating, and they leave you feeling full and satisfied, but then you're still in a deficit because you just have 2 meals. You don't have 3, you don't have, snacks in between. Oh, and that's another thing, guys, don't snack. Snacking is prohibited in 2MAD. If you absolutely must have a snack, because maybe like your first meal wasn't big enough and you're just going crazy, you can't wait for the second meal, then I recommend just having some raw vegetables. Okay, raw vegetables are very high in micronutrients, very nutritious foods that are low in calories, and they won't spike your insulin. But again, try not to snack, but if you absolutely must, just have some raw vegetables. So 2 meals, whenever you want throughout the day, it's up to you. And try to make them about even in size so you don't feel deprived at any point. And they should be roughly half of your total target calories for the day. But eventually you'll get to the point where you can eat intuitively and you don't have to measure anything. I don't count calories. I mean, I use 2,200 as an example. I might be eating more like 2,400 calories a day. I have no idea. What I find is that when I eat just 2 meals a day with no snacking in between, I have no trouble maintaining muscle mass, okay? I have no trouble with this because the truth is you don't need as much protein as they say you do. I really think protein numbers are inflated because of supplement companies and certain industries trying to sell their foods. I find that 1 gram of protein per kilogram of lean body mass is all you need. And honestly, most of us don't even know what our lean body mass really is because we don't know our true body fat percentage. You know, to measure that accurately isn't easy. So if you instead go a little higher and you aim for 1 gram of protein per kilogram of total body weight, that's gonna be more than enough. So see how simple that is? Eat 2 meals a day whenever you want. Don't snack in between, resist that. Try to make them nice, big, satiating meals, right? Reasonably sized, but nice and satiating. And have at least 1 overt protein source at each meal. And it's that simple. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, I love TwoMad. It's something I've been using every summer since I started this channel. And I really hope you try it and see, because you know, the beauty of it is, I know I eat plant-based and a lot of you don't, but that doesn't matter, right? Even if you eat carnivore, even if you eat omnivore or vegan, it doesn't matter. However you eat, TwoMad can apply to it. And it's not about time-restricted eating. It's not about eating in a specific window of like 8 hours or 6 hours or 4 hours. You can eat whenever you want. You can have an early breakfast and a late dinner, doesn't matter. It's more, I think it's more about, you know, not feeling deprived, hitting your target calories and not going way over on calories, and also not spiking your insulin multiple times throughout the day, just having those 2 times. I think that's really seems like the perfect amount. Maybe some of you might prefer OMAD. I know some people who do, but it's just not for me. And I know it's not for a lot of other people. All right, guys, I hope that helped you out. And don't forget to check out this video about Jack LaLanne if you don't know who he is, because he's really where I learned about TwoMad from long ago. And I've been using his approach of brunch and dinner this year, and it's awesome. I love it. All right, guys, try 2 meals a day. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you then.